guys, it's Zoe. Thank you so much for coming back to my channel, and as you can see today I'm going to be doing a 15 facts about me video. So if you want to keep watching this video, keep on watching, and if you don't got to, whatever, you can click away, but if you do, give me a thumbs up and subscribe. Okay, so I'm going to go in no particular order with these. I'm just going to go down the list and kind of explain like what these things mean about me. So the first one I have on here, not very exciting, but I hate apples. Okay, so this stemmed from like, I think it was like in the 3rd grade or something like that. The 3rd grade, we always had to bring a bunch of supplies on the first day of school. Like everybody had their like a job to bring something so that we had enough supplies for the rest of the school year and stuff. And so people would bring like glue bottles, like tissues and Germex and stuff. And I was always in charge of bringing Germex. And one time I was at the store with my mom. I was picking out all the stuff I had to get for school, and I picked out this apple scented kind. I didn't even know it was apple kind. It didn't really matter. Anyways, it's like, it doesn't matter what Germex smells like, I guess. So I picked that one out, and for the whole school year, we used this nasty smelling apple Germex, and it just gave me like the worst headache ever, and I just could not stand the smell of it. It made me want to puke. It just made me feel awful throughout the whole day, and so ever since then I've just been not a fan of apples. I don't like eating apples. I hate drinking apple juice. I hate smelling apples or anything like that. I don't like apple pie. I don't like anything that has to do with apples, and yeah, I really just don't like apples anymore. So that's number one. Okay, so the second one is that I am actually a teaching major. So I just graduated high school last year on June 9th from Cabrillo. And I went to Santa Barbara City College for 1 semester, 2016. I went in from August to December, and I did not have any idea what I wanted to do then. I wanted to be a music major because I am really into music and things like that, and I've been doing music my whole life since I was about 8 years old. I've been really into it and just kind of stuff like that. So I decided that, I'll just be a music major. So I took a couple regular classes for my general ed, and I took some classes for being a music major, and I love doing music. I love it, and I think I always will love doing it, but I didn't want to do it as like a major because I didn't think it would be smart for me to go into this world having a career in music because it's such a hard business to get into and to keep on top of and everything like that. So I am a teaching major now. I have been teaching also at my old church's vacation Bible school program. What the program is it's just basically a vacation Bible school. It's just where little kids come and they learn about God and everything like that, and they sing a bunch of songs and stuff. So I was the director for the singing and dancing part of it, and I also taught them about scripture from the Bible and things like that, and I really enjoyed it. But I really enjoyed the music aspect, but I really enjoyed the teaching. Like, that was my favorite part. My brother and I, when we were little, we used to play teacher all the time, and we would like switch off back and forth between like being the teacher and the student and stuff like that. But I would never let him be the teacher because I was like, no, I like it better, so I'm sorry. And then I would just like always be the teacher. So I think that that kind of helped me like pick that major, I guess. I don't know. I thought about it for a really long time. I also wanted to do cosmetology. I wanted to do forensic science. I had a bunch of things in mind, but I think teaching would be a really good fit for me because I love kids. I can't wait to have kids of my own. And so yeah, I'm a teaching major, and I'm actually going to Montana State University here in Great Falls in the fall. So I'm really excited to do that. I'm gonna be a Bobcat. And so yeah, that was the second fact about me. Okay, so the third fact about me is my favorite food. Okay, so my favorite food in the entire world is pancakes. I have no idea why. I haven't always like loved them as much as I do now. It's been like this for about a year now or something like that. I don't know. But I've been like addicted to pancakes lately. Like, they are my favorite food, like hands down. I will eat them any time of the day, anywhere, with anyone. Like, I do not care. I will eat them at like 2 in the morning and be satisfied as heck. Like, I don't know. I love pancakes. My favorite kind are from American Host, which is in Lompoc, and where I used to live. And they have these pancakes that just have strawberries and whipped cream. They're just Belgian pancakes. I don't even know. But they're so good, and I just love pancakes. Like, if I could eat pancakes for the rest of my life, I freaking would. Like, hell yeah, I would. I so would. And yeah, so pancakes are my favorite food. Don't know why, but they are, and I am obsessed with them. Okay, so fact number 4, the shows that I binge watch. Okay, this one's not very exciting either, but the shows that I have been binge watching lately, Andrew and I we binge watch Criminal Minds like freaking crazy. Like, that's kind of all we watch. He'll like go in between playing video games and everything like that. He'll turn those off. We'll watch Criminal Minds, and we get into it too. Like I know a bunch of people do with like crime shows and stuff like that, but we get into it. Like we are part of the behavioral analysis unit of the FBI. Like I swear to God we are. And we get so into it, and we love that show. I'll watch it when he's not there, but whatever. We love that show. And then the show that I watch by myself that I binge watch is America's Next Top Model. I have loved this show since I was like, I think I was like 13 or something like that. I don't know. It's been on for a while, but I love that show. I could watch that show all day. Like I have, like Andrew will go to work for a couple days because he'll go out, cause he's in the military and stuff. So he'll go out to work for a couple days, and I'll be sitting there just on the bed, just like watching that show, like 6 seasons at a time, like doing that and like eating pancakes probably. I could do it forever. So yeah, I love that show. Okay, and then the next fact is actually, okay, so I went to Catholic school for 10 years. I actually went to Catholic school from preschool all the way to 8th grade, and yeah, that was different. That was a big part of my life, obviously. That was like most of my childhood and like growing up and everything. I went to La Purísima Catholic High School, or Catholic school in Lompoc, and that's also the church that I was talking about with Vacation Bible School and stuff. I'm not gonna say it was like the worst time of my life, but it wasn't, up until about 5th grade, it wasn't great. And 5th grade through 8th grade just wasn't, not good for me. Yeah, but I did grow up in the Catholic school, and I got to know a couple of great people, and I did get a really good education from them and everything, and I loved that. Since I am Catholic and I'm very proud of it, I loved being able to learn so much about my religion and everything like that, and I still practice it today. And yeah, so I went there for 10 years, and then I went straight from freaking Catholic school to a public high school, and that was really different because I swear to God, like the first day I was there, somebody got in a fight, and I did not know what to do. Like I came into that school, and people were screaming and running over to the fight to go watch it, and I was like, what do I do? Like, I don't know. It was scary. And then I went to the bathroom, and I was one of those girls that took her whole makeup bag, her brush, her straightener. I took everything with me to school, and I kept it in my bag all freaking day. I still can't believe I did that because senior year, I literally only had like half of the things that I needed in my binder and like a broken pencil. I can't even believe I did that freshman year. It was me and my friend Sarah. We did that together for probably freshman and sophomore year. We carried everything, like perfume, straightener, brush, every piece of makeup that we wanted. Like it was just, we had everything in there just in case. And so the first couple days of school, we would go in the bathroom right when we got off the bus and things, like before class would start. And I went in there, and there was this girl, no, I'm not gonna say her name, but there was this girl in the bathroom, and she was drawing on her eyebrows with a Sharpie. And I just came out of Catholic school, and I was like, this is real. Like what? My mind was blown. It was crazy to me. Like, I don't know. It was kind of weird just coming from the Catholic school to the public school and everything was so different. Everyone was so different, and there was like no rules compared to there and everything. Like at this Catholic school, I could not wear jewelry unless it had unless it pertained to Jesus. I couldn't wear colored socks, couldn't have colored backpacks. Had to wear a uniform every single day. Couldn't wear makeup whatsoever. They would make you go up in front of the class, grab a wipe, and wipe everything off your face in front of everyone. And yeah, that was embarrassing. I've never done it, but a couple of my friends did it. So yeah, and then what else? We couldn't do anything to our hair or anything like that, wear no earrings or anything. It was very strict there. So going to high school was really different for me, definitely. So I have a couple of strange pets. I know, I have a dog, his name is Ryder. He's a golden retriever cocker spaniel mix. He basically looks like a golden retriever puppy, and he will look like that until he dies. I've had him since I was like, I think I was 6 or 7 or something like that. Something close to there, I guess. I think he's 13 now. I don't know. He's something like that. And he's old now. He's very old, but he still looks like a puppy. He's very cute. If you go on my Instagram, you'll probably find pictures of him and everything. He's adorable. He's my little baby. I love him so much. And then I also have, we have 2 cats. I have one cat named Bindi, and that's because she has like a little orange spot right in the middle of her head. And the Bindi is actually like the dot that people from Indian culture wear. It's called a bindi, so we call her that. And then I have my, I don't want to say my favorite pet because I feel like that's rude. Like, they're my children. They're not, I don't have a favorite, but I mean, He's kind of my favorite. Okay, so this is my other cat. His name's Mickey, and he is like the love of my life. I have no idea why I'm like so in love with him, but he is like the sassiest, most like, he's such a dick, honestly. He's so mean, but like he only loves me and sometimes my dad, because my dad's like the master of the animals, I guess. I don't know. But he only loves me and my dad. Like he doesn't really like my mom. He doesn't like my brother. He doesn't really like anybody. And he is the fattest cat you've probably ever seen in your life. He is so cute. I love him with all of my heart. And sometimes like I'll wake up in the morning and I'll be like, why does my chest hurt? Like what the heck? And I'll look down and my cat he's fat, he's huge, he's rolled up in a freaking fat ball on my chest just laying there, and I just die every time. I think it's the cutest thing ever. But yeah, so that's one of my other pets. And then I also have, I can't even keep count of how many of these I have, but I have chickens. I've had chickens since about 7th grade. I did a project for the science fair where I hatched chickens because, I don't know, I think I saw it on like iCarly or something, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna do that because I thought it was cool. But so I did that. I hatched chickens with my best friend Carla at the time. And we hatched them. We did like an experiment to see if they would hatch at all. And so we got some from that. We hatched, we had a dozen eggs, and I think like 4 of them out of that hatched. And so I've had those chickens for a while. I don't even know if I can remember all their names. There's Shelly, there's Cupcake, there's Alex, there's Ducky, there's Peep. Just like regular chicken names, I guess. I don't know. And then I have these 3 chickens that I did not hatch myself. I got them from, there's like this park over by my house because I used to live in Mission Hills, or my mom's house. I used to live in Mission Hills, and they had a water park, the Water District Park over there, and they had chickens over there too. I didn't even know that, but my dad is good friends with the guy that works there, and so they had chickens, and they were like, oh, we don't need these ones anymore. Do you guys want them? And we were like, sure, because like we like the chickens for the eggs. They have really good eggs. So they gave us the chickens. And they all look the same, and they look like granite. They have a name that sounds like granite, but I can't remember what the technical name is for it. But they all look the same, so I couldn't tell them apart, so I named them all Jerry. So I have the 3 Jerrys. And then in 8th grade, so we did one project in 7th grade, we did one in 8th grade also, and this time we had, we did an experiment to see if the chickens would hatch in an incubator versus like a real chicken. And so that worked out, and then we got a couple chickens from that, and then we just got a couple babies, my mom and my dad and my brother and I got a couple babies a couple weeks ago, and so we have those too. So we have a bunch of chickens, and yeah, and I've had like fish and stuff like that, which that's a story for another time. When I was 3, I ate a fish. I ate my goldfish. It was pretty gross. Everybody that I tell thinks I'm freaking crazy or like a cannibal or freaking crazy person or something. But yeah, when I was 3, I didn't like that fish. I thought he was the worst piece of shit ever. So I took him out of the bowl. I was gonna throw him behind the thing, which I did with my beta fish. I had a goldfish and a beta fish. Beta fish, gone. Threw it behind the couch. Didn't like it. So I threw it. My mom found it a couple weeks later, and it was dried and shriveled and dead. And she was like, what is this? And I was like, I don't know. So she kind of let it go. A couple weeks later, I get my goldfish. I freaking hated that thing. I don't even know why I had such a thing against fish, but I did. And so I took it out of the bowl. I put it between my teeth, like right here, and I crunched on it, and I ate it. Like, I didn't swallow it, but I, like, chewed it, and then I spit it out. That is probably the grossest thing I've ever said in my life. But it's true, I did that, and it was gross. Like, I could still feel how it felt to, like, crush its little head between my teeth. It was awful. I don't even know why I did that. I don't know why I was so crazy and mad at 3 years old. But, yeah, I killed my fish because I crunched on his head, and I threw the other one behind the couch. So, yeah. Okay, so this next fact about me is about Andrew. Okay, so for those of you that don't know, I did get married in December. There's my ring. I don't know if you can really see it. There's my ring. And we have been married for about 6 months now, something like that. I really kept track, which is probably bad, but oh well, we'll make up for it at the year. We'll definitely know then. But yeah, so we got married, and the reason that we got married is we've been together for 2.5 years now. And I met him at Cabrillo, and I met him junior year. We were both 16, and he just turned 17 right after we had met, because we met in about, I think, December of 2014 or something like that. I don't know. We met in December, and I had just gotten out of this thing with another guy that's another story. But anyway, so yeah, I just got on this thing with a different guy, and then I had Spanish with Andrew. And I had a couple other friends in that class. that I would always talk to, and we were on 2 separate, there was like 2 separate sides of the rooms to the classroom. and there was like one group over here and another group over here, and Andrew and I were on the same side, and we'd never talked before. I had never seen him before in my life. I think he was in my sophomore English class or something like that, but I never talked to him ever. And so he had this medical issue at the beginning of junior year, and I didn't know him at the time, and he was gone for a while, and I thought like, oh, he just probably left the class or something, and he just disappeared. I don't know. He came back a couple weeks later, and I don't even know how we started talking really. Like we would like laugh at each other's jokes and everything, because he was friends with the people that I was friends with, and we would all be in like this huge group. Like it turned in from my group to his group to our group. Like, yeah. So we started talking kind of like that. And then I think one night I was on my phone, and it was like, somebody followed you on Instagram, and I was like, oh, okay. So I went to look at it, and it was Andrew, and I was like, oh, I know who he is, okay. And so I followed him back, and like he liked one of my pictures, and I was like, oh. And so I went on his thing, and I liked one of his pictures back, and I was like, I feel you. And so I liked it back, and then he added me on Snapchat, because I had my Snapchat name in my Instagram bio. He added me on Snapchat, and then we just kind of like, we just started talking on there, and we were kind of flirting and stuff. And so like on Snapchat we would talk to each other, and I was like, you should text me, and he was like, okay. So we started texting after a while, and this is so like this generation, because like nobody meets like just talking to each other anymore. Like we met, like we didn't meet on social media, but we talked to each other, and that's how we got to know each other and everything. So yeah, that's how we met. We met in Spanish class, and I am so happy I did. Like I can't imagine my life without him. Obviously, I mean, I'm married to him, and we live in Montana now and everything. And actually this next fact kind of goes hand in hand with the one I was just talking about. So I am a military wife. Andrew is in the Air Force, and we moved to Malmstrom Air Force Base here in Montana in Great Falls, and we've been living here for about 6 months now. We moved December 28th of 2016. We left a couple of days after we got married and stuff. So we came here, and I love it here. Like, I think it is so pretty. And, like, I was scared of the snow and everything, because actually Andrew's family, they're from here. Like, they were born and raised here, and they moved to California because their stepdad is in the Air Force as well. So they got stationed in Lompoc, and that was, like, I don't know, that's like fate if I've ever heard it. And it's just, I don't know, it's funny. So I got to meet him, and I'm so happy I did, like I said. And, yeah, so we got to move back up here. And I'm loving it. I thought I would be scared of the snow, like I said, but I love the snow. Like, it was negative 10 degrees when we got here the first day, and I was like, it's freaking cold. Like, it was freaking cold. And, like, everybody says that it's kind of a pain to, like, shovel your driveway and take all the ice off your windshield and stuff. And I was like, yeah, probably, but, like, I did it. I haven't shoveled driveway yet, and I'm probably gonna hate my life when I do, but I'll cross that bridge when I get there. But so I have to take off the ice and the snow off the windshield if I want to drive anywhere so I can see. And so I did that the first day, and I didn't have like gloves. I've been in the snow, but I don't live in the snow, so I don't like know what to bring. My mom got me this huge freaking jacket from like Macy's or something like that for Christmas, because she was like, you're gonna be freaking cold. And I was like, no, I'll do fine, whatever. But yeah, it was freaking cold. So I tried to clean off the windshield on the car with no gloves, and I had like a little scraper thing, and I was like trying so hard to get it off, and I was out there for like 30 seconds trying to get this stuff off my freaking window, and my hands were so numb. And one time Andrew was at work, and at this time we didn't have an apartment in our house yet. It was like a week after we actually got here, and we were staying at some hotels on base. And so when he was at work, I would drive him to work, because we only have one car. I would drive him to work, and then I would just go drive around the base and try to like get like familiar. So I would just like drive around the base and try to like get to know everything over there, just see what it looks like and stuff. And so I left the car. I was in a parking lot, and I was just like sitting listening to music for a while. It was like right across the street from our hotel that we were staying in. And then I turned off the car, turned on the radio, so it wasn't running. The car wasn't started, but it was like the radio was on, and the car freaking died. And I was so scared, because it was negative 10 degrees outside. He was at work. I don't know anybody here. Like, the closest people that live with us are his brothers, and they're 3 hours away. So I did not know what to do. I was so cold and so scared, and I had to walk like, I don't even know how far it was. It was a couple blocks, but it was freaking freezing outside, and I had these boots on that I had bought in California, and like, California doesn't make snowshoes, and so they were getting soaking wet. They were like freezing my toes, and by the time Andrew finally got back, somebody had jumped our car for us, and so I got in the car and I blasted the heater. My toes felt like they were gonna fall off. They hurt so bad. I was like one step away from frostbite. It was crazy. But anyway, yeah, so I'm a military wife, and I am actually liking it a lot. I like meeting all the new people and stuff like that. All of his sergeants are really nice, and their wives are nice. Oh, I just dropped my ring. But yeah, everybody's super nice, and the base here is really pretty, and we actually have been waiting ever since we got here. We had to put our name on the list for housing on base, because right now we have an apartment that's off base, and we had to wait for a house on base, and so we finally got our orders for it, and we're getting it in July, and I'm really excited. So yeah, and that's it for that fact, I guess, right now. Okay, so the next fact is, for those of you that don't know me, I am a singer. That's like, that's my thing. I don't know. That's kind of my trademark. That's what a lot of people knew me as in like school and stuff like that. And I was in Madrigals when I was in high school, which is just a group of gifted singers that sing in like groups, like singing groups. Like I was a second soprano, and that just means that I sing high. Alto means you sing low. For the guys, bass sings low, and then tenor sings high and stuff like that. So I was in that, and that was a fun time. I had a lot of friends in there, and I just liked the singing and everything. And I've been taking singing lessons for about I'm not taking them anymore, but I took them for about 9 years. And what a lot of people don't get is they were like, well, you're not even a singer then if like you took lessons, like you learned how to do it. But like singing, yes, you can learn how to do it definitely, but like singing lessons just lengthen your range. Like you could, it just helps a lot. Like I'm not trying to say like I can sing, like I'm not like, it's not just because I tried and like practiced and everything. It's just like, I don't know, that's what I did because I wanted to better myself. And so yeah, and I actually got a lot of things out of that. I did a competition called Teen Star, and that was in Santa Barbara, and I did that for 2 years in a row. And what that was is I got a chance to be, me and 9 other people and 2 alternate singers, I guess. They got to perform at the Granada Theater in Santa Barbara on State Street. And that was the coolest thing that has ever happened to me. Like that tops like anything that I could probably ever do with my career. That was so cool. I got to sing at the Granada twice in front of, and it was like on a live camera too. It was like on a live stream. And I think there was 50,000 people watching or something like that. I don't know, some crazy number. I mean, that's not that much, but like, I've never sang in front of more than like 2,000 people before, so that was awesome. So yeah, I am a singer. I also play guitar and piano and ukulele, and yeah, that's just who I am, and that's what I like to do. Okay, so this next one kind of pisses me off because I wish I could watch it. Okay, I hate scary movies. I am such a little, I don't want to like cuss, so I am a scaredy cat. I don't like scary movies because they scare the crap out of me. I hate it. I cannot watch one without like wanting to like hide under my blankets and cry. I can't do it. I will have such bad nightmares. I will turn on every light in the house just to go to sleep because I know that something is freaking hiding because it knew I watched that video and it was like, oops, I'm gonna get you. Okay, I know that it's hiding. Like, I don't know. I hate scary movies. I hate putting those kind of thoughts into my head and everything because then I'm gonna think about it for the rest of my life. But on the contrary, Madison, my best friend Madison and I, we did go to Universal Studios like all the time. We would go like every month. And so we made that like a tradition of ours. And we went on Horror Nights, and I've been to Horror Nights before, and I love Horror Nights. Like, I will go every single year, every single day that they have it. I loved Horror Nights. I love that you can go through the zombie maze and like get chased by zombies. I love, my favorite part is that you can run by people in the Purge. They have like the mask on, they have chainsaws that they like scrape on the ground and stuff. That is so cool. Like, I will do that any day. I will live in a horror movie, but I will not watch one. I don't know why, but I will not. So, and it sucks because Andrew loves horror movies. I don't even think he loves them. I think he just likes to watch me want to kill myself. I think he just likes to watch me like freak out about it. So yeah, I hate scary movies. Alright, the next one that I have is I collect coffee mugs. And I think, okay, this isn't even like, I'm not exaggerating right now. I think I'm actually addicted to caffeine and coffee. I think I tried coffee when I was, I just spit. Sorry. I think I tried coffee when I was 9 years old, and it was on Christmas night, and my grandma and all my whole family, every time we're over at my grandma's house, because that's like the spot that we go to on any holiday, we always go to my grandma's house and just like hang out there and stuff. And so all of my family, they drink coffee after they have dinner and stuff. And so I was like, Mom, can I try it? And she was like, yeah, sure. I think she was like drunk. She was like, yeah, sure, whatever. And so she like gave me a cup of coffee, and I was freaking jacked up for that whole night, and I don't know, I thought it was really good, and I thought I wouldn't like it because I was like little and stuff, and like little kids don't like sushi, and then like when they go older they do and stuff like that, and then plus you need the energy with coffee. But yeah, so I loved it, and then ever since then I've pretty much been hooked on it. I think I drink up to 4 or 5 cups of coffee a day, and if I don't, I will get severe headaches. Like, it sucks, but I love coffee. So along with that, I also collect coffee mugs, and I love coffee mugs. Like, I like the idea of anything like country chic, like as you can see on my stuff behind me. I like that idea a lot. So I'm planning on decorating my house like that. Our apartment's decorated like that right now, and so I collect little cups like that. And I got a bunch of mugs for my bridal shower from all my friends, and it was really exciting for me because I love coffee mugs like so much. Andrew's like, where are we gonna put the plates? Where are we gonna put the food? I'm like, I don't know, on the floor, probably, because I need my coffee mug space. Sorry. But yeah, I love coffee mugs. And so, yeah, there's that one. Okay, this one's kind of depressing and kind of annoying and kind of like embarrassing at the same time. I have severe asthma. I've had asthma since I was born. Obviously, asthma doesn't go away. You can't treat it or anything. You can only make its symptoms a little bit less harsh if it does flare up. So when I was really little, I remember going to the hospital because I had a really bad asthma attack. And an asthma attack is basically just when your lungs freak out and you can't breathe. And it can come from running, it can come from too much exercise, it can come from just anything that has to do with your lungs, basically. And for me, since I have severe asthma, it comes from laying down, sleeping. I could wake up and just be in a severe asthma attack, and it sucks. But yeah, so I remember this one time when I was little, and I was in the hospital. The only thing I remember is waking up in the hospital, and I had this tube in my mouth, and it kind of went down my throat, and it was just feeding me albuterol, which is the medicine that I take now as well to control it. And so I couldn't really do sports or anything when I was little like that. I would love doing sports. I was such an outdoorsy kid, and I am now. But I couldn't really sign up for sports and everything. I did soccer for 4 years just because my mom made me and she wanted to socialize me, which is great. I'm really thankful for it, but I hate soccer. So I did soccer, and they would make you run all the time because that's soccer is. It's just freaking running. So I would run a lot, and I would get really bad asthma attacks, and like nobody would like understand why, and I'd have my inhaler, and I was like a bunch of times, and I don't know, I felt embarrassed about it at the time, but now I don't really care because it's like I have asthma. I'd rather breathe than not breathe, so whatever. But yeah, so I actually had an asthma attack yesterday driving. So yeah, but I get them very frequently, very easily, and I do have medication to fix it. It's not treatable, but it's just something about me that I have. Okay, this one's embarrassing too. I feel like anybody that knows me knows this as well, but I know that my shirt's gonna like pop up right now because these stupid shirts don't like to stay on your shoulders. But my ears, I have very Frodo-like ears, as Andrew says. Andrew always calls me Frodo. But my ears stick out a lot, and they always have ever since I was little. I don't know if you can tell. But yeah, and as you can see, this one's different because when I was in the womb, I guess, like this one's like more round and this one's like goes in. I don't even know what the deal is, but this one, when I was in the womb, my ear was completely like folded over like that, and as well as my foot, this foot on the same side, it was like crunched up all the way like this, like behind my ear. And so to this day, my foot makes a cracking sound. I don't know if you can hear that, but it does. So yeah, that's another thing about me is my ears stick out, and Andrew's ears stick out, and our kid is going to be Dumbo. So yeah, but his aren't near as bad as mine. His were like mine when he was little. He doesn't really have them anymore, but mine are still there. Mine are gonna be there forever. So yeah, and also my whole family actually has that. My brother has it. My sister definitely has it. My aunt has it. My dad has it. So yeah, but it's just a little thing that makes me me, I guess. That's what my mom says to make me feel better. But yeah. Okay, and then the next one is I love to cook. I never knew I loved to cook. I used to think cooking was the most annoying thing ever. I would have to wake up in the morning and be like, Dad, can you cook me some pancakes and like sausage and potatoes and stuff? He'd be like, I can't, have to work, like do it yourself. And I'd be like, I guess. And so I would do it, and it would just pain me. I hated cooking. And so, yeah, I hated it. But ever since I'm a wife now, so I have to cook. But ever since I've become a wife, and I cook all the time now, I really like it. I really haven't like tried to cook in a long time, and so I I really like it. I like coming up with new recipes and just doing it and everything, and I feel like I'm on a cooking show when I do it. So I think, yeah, I just like it a lot now. And I also love baking. I've always liked baking, but I've never really liked cooking until recently, until like a couple months ago. So yeah. Okay, and the last fact about me is not very exciting as well, but last year in 2016, I ran for Flower Festival Queen in my hometown of Lompoc, and what that is it's just a model citizen for the community, I guess. I don't know. I don't even know what to title myself, but I ran for Flower Festival Queen with my girls, and I ran with Jordan, Ajne, Sierra, and Aaliyah, and we all ran together, and that was a really fun time of my life. I have wanted to run for Flower Festival Queen since I was a little girl, and I know all of them have too. It's just, it looks like such a glamorous thing to do. Like, they're all wearing their princess dresses and their tiaras and their sashes and their heels and everything, and I have always been about that life. Like, I love stuff like that ever since I was little. And so I had wanted to do that for a while, and I finally got the opportunity to do it, and it was so fun the whole journey through. We just got to do everything, and then plus we got like free food and stuff, and we got to get into the park for free and go on all the rides and everything. And so yeah, it was a really fun time in my life, and I actually did win. I was really excited because we had to write a speech and everything, and I was prepared for that. Like, I wrote that speech 4 months before we had to do it, and I practiced it every day. Andrew and I went to Montana in June, like right after we graduated. We graduated the 9th of last year, and then we went to Montana on the 11th, and then coronation for the Queen thing was on the 18th. So we went to Montana, and the whole time I was there, I was like, okay, I'm gonna read my speech, and I would just like read it and read it and read it and read it and read it, and I finally memorized it, and I had it down to a T. I knew where I was gonna take my breaths. I knew I was gonna like laugh and stuff. I knew what I was gonna do, everything. I was so prepared for it. Like, this was like the moment I've been waiting for my whole life. So yeah, I finally did that, and I actually won. I was so grateful. I still am very grateful, and the new Queen coronation is next month, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to go or not, which I'm really crushed about because we don't have enough money to fly me out there right now. So I might not be able to go, but I really hope I do, because that is like, I want to be there for the other girls to crown them, because it's just kind of a generation thing. It's been going on for 65 years now. So yeah, that's another thing about me. I was crowned Flower Festival Queen last year of 2016. Okay, so that is 15 facts about me. If you guys like this video, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next video. Thanks for watching.